Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Ham Radio Clubhouse.
Well, welcome.
I'm back. Made it. I'm back.
About time. Could you
Well,
imagine
I think technically I was here last week, but it's all kind of blurry.
you kind of, yeah. Could you imagine if the intro stopped and it was just me?
We need to do that sometime. Hey, everybody. Y'all want to play radio?
Then I have to turn it on.
It's a little bit lean tonight. We got Steve playing net control commander, and we got Izzo with a thing. Is he going to try to join us later, or no? Is he out for the night?
I don't know what to do with my phone, Shane. Oh, it's right here.
Hopefully it's close. Not outside.
I brought a few of them out here tonight, and I didn't remember which one was actually the one I used.
So I think the last couple of weeks, people have been mentioning how much they've missed the Joe Brett Tuesday night ASMR, I'm going to put you to sleep, rain on the roof. And as you can tell, it's back, baby.
Yeah. I ain't got no microwave in here. I ain't popping popcorn. Jeez.
It has been, this has been an interesting day. It started about 4:30 with me when the first crack of lightning and thunder hit the house, and a 100-pound dog decided that he wanted to be a lap dog. And so I got that. And then about 5:30, we had what appeared. Now, some say a straight line wind, some say it was a tornado. We don't know. But all I can tell you is that I'm sitting there going through my emails, and all of a sudden the wall that I'm leaned up against starts to shake, and it gets really windy, and it starts to vibrating and shaking. I was like, well, we probably about to go flying across to the neighborhood next door. So
my office did that this afternoon.
It was quite entertaining.
I was like, because we're up on the top floors, and like it used to be attic space, and they framed it out, and so we're right up against the roof, and the roof gets really loud when it wind's blowing. But I've never been sitting in my office chair and actually feel the freaking vibration from the building.
Oh yeah, it was quite unnerving. I'm trying to find a picture that I posted earlier to share with everybody. But about 3,000 feet that way, a big warehouse had a big chunk of its roof and then the wall like completely blown out. Because I got up and everything passed by, the rain was done, made coffee, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go grab breakfast on the way to work this morning. And I get about half a mile away from my house, and there's nothing but insulation and debris everywhere. I was like, I think I need to drive the other direction. It's going to make for a long commute.
Well, was all the debris facing one direction, or was it just...
From what I could tell, yes, which tells me it's straight line winds. Because it was kind of lined up with where it hit the warehouse. So crazy stuff, man. Spring is here, and it's coming in with as the title of the video, or the title of the stream is "Spring is Coming with a Bang." So we had after that came through today, we had like 40 to 50 mile per hour winds all day. So we had a dust storm come into the DFW Metroplex. So I walked out of my office, and it looked like I was sitting on the Martian. It was a Martian sunset because everything was just brown and gold, and I was like, all right, I'm going to bed. Screw this. But I forgot it was Tuesday night, and I have obligations on Tuesday night.
Yeah, man, look.
Unlike these other guys, just willy-nilly want to show up when they want.
So, like, weather was getting real bad central and south Mississippi, right? The state office is central Mississippi. Not predicted to be that bad up here, but I still got to enjoy the perk of they let everybody free as they will leave early since schools were closing for rain and all that. And
that's nice of them.
I stayed a little bit, and then I was like, I'm really tired. I got to
be up late tonight.
So not getting home. Look, the lightning started coming I seen a lightning bolt on my way home, and it looked like it was pretty close to the direction of my house. And I was like, oh, my radios. So
do you not have lightning arresters on your radios?
Oh, man, that's like grounding your station. Why do you want to do that? That's just more money somebody wanting you to spend. So, anyway,
You don't have a Node Red attached to your shack, so you can hit a button and it all disconnects by itself.
I've got all kind of damn Node Red running, but I don't. It's not physically doing anything. So yeah. Anyway, get to the house. I speed up a little bit. Get to the house. As soon as I pull in the driveway, I notice on the radar it's coming at me pretty quick. These storms were moving pretty quick today,
real fast.
And I was like, I can't outrun this thing, you know. And
because that's what every weatherman says not to do. Don't try to outrun it. Well, okay, now run it.
Well, I wasn't trying to outrun the storm. I was just trying to get to my house before it got there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and so as soon as I open the car door, the bottom falls out, and mad dash to the shack. Start unhooking the coax to the imported radios.
The 705
and the 7300, yeah. But mainly the 705 for sure. Since it's a quarter the size, but double the price.
Double the price, yeah, exactly.
So after that excitement, I go in and I eat me a can of Vienna jalapeno flavored sausages, and I get my recliner. I'm like, yeah, nap would be great, but no, it's Clubhouse night. I can't.
That's right.
Can't go to sleep. I may be late.
So it was ramen noodles that ties you over.
No, man.
Okay.
I can't. That's You don't
You don't
read
chop up Vienna sausages and put in your ramen noodles.
Look, I'm finna say something that's probably very contradictory. Sometimes when you actually look at the nutrition facts on something, you're like, oh my God. Like
2,800 milligrams of sodium in one cup.
Sodium, dude. I got a family history of too much salt in the diet, anyway, causing some heart issues there. So I kind of have that back in my head.
You take a bite of it and you automatically like a what are those dadgum things? Don't you hate it when you have a brain fart? Like I had this thing right in my head and it sounded good. It's like, what's that thing you put salt on, it shrivels up?
A snail.
Snail, yeah. So, so Joe Brett turns into snail. Yeah, this is a pre-written show, everyone. So we have brain farts live. Yeah. So that's the warehouse.
Oh my God! Across the street. Give us a heads up before you just pop that in our face, man.
Yeah, it's quite crazy.
Pipe there, you just flashed in front of our face without no warning.
That was quite the ordeal. That all this yellow stuff was what was all over by where I went to go get breakfast.
What that looks like to me?
Insulation.
No.
Or insurance money.
Somebody putting that building together said, "Oh, that one screw won't hurt that I dropped." Right? And the wind found it. Found that missing spot.
Let's see if I can find the other pictures to it. It was crazy, man.
That was the thing. We were expecting up to 60, 70 mile an hour gusts. Like everything that y'all get in your part of Texas and anybody parallel to you. 2 days later, that's usually what we're going to get to here.
A lot of those.
Yeah.
But you got it this afternoon. That's the same stuff that we had earlier today. You getting right now.
South of me got it now, and I'm not bragging because the time's coming. It's coming. This is day one of storm season.
It's springtime.
Yeah. But as I'm watching the line come across, man, I'm catching like every gap in the prefrontal storms and then the actual frontal storm. Just shot the gap, dude. It's
four-wheeler redneck.
The wind blew a little bit. I'm sitting there on the front porch looking at the big tall trees around my camper, just foreshadowing the treetops snapping off.
When it's gonna do its thing. Mm-hmm. They told us we were gonna have like not giant hail, but they were saying like golf ball size hail. But golf ball size hail driven with 80-mile-per-hour winds, that's like somebody shooting a real big shotgun.
Hell don't need to be driven with nothing.
So
gravity already makes it hurt.
Thankfully, none of that happened. I think we had a little like pea-sized stuff. But no big hail.
Vern on one of his What's Up with Six, one of his socials, he posted a picture of a RV park or something where they was like fire department posted it. Like
there was one here.
RVs blowed over.
Yeah, there was one here. Did the exact same thing. It's crazy. And then like one person had to crawl out of the top of their RV and go to the hospital for some undetermined injuries.
I'd have to say though, I'd rather it be my camper than my house. I mean,
unless your camper is your house,
right? Tito, but
No bueno. We got some folks in green in the chat, and they've been very generous with their pocketbooks, and they've donated something to this event every week, every month. So if you're in green chat, thank you so much. And I updated. I don't know if anyone was paying attention, but I updated the intro to grasp all of the gifted subs that the Truckin' Ham Richard has donated. I got carpal tunnel. So, Richard, thanks so much for that, buddy. That's awesome.
You were the one capturing it.
I had to type that in.
Well, at first you made it sound like you had like an automated script or something. I was very interested in that, but never mind.
No, it's all manual. We got Ham Radio Wilderness Frank. Welcome back to being a YouTube member. Thank you so much. John says, "Is there something happening tonight?" No, it's a show about nothing, man. We're just here. Wayne, thanks for the 11 months. We appreciate it. Ben, 27 months.
What does it mean something happened tonight? You just had a Tuesday night playlist. If you missed it, you can play it back. Some good videos. And then you got me and Shane.
Then you got us. That's not saying much. Great Man Poet, member for 18 months. Thank you so much. Richard, here he is. Batting down the hatches. See? Member for 17 months. Thanks so much. And Arthur, 27 months. Thank you so much. Y'all are awesome. What do we got going on tonight? Anything? Y'all just us? Steve done abandoned us? Izzo done abandoned us? Beer Snacks lost. Uh-oh. I'm scared now.
The rain is gone.
No more ASMR.
Cleared. Now I still have some residual. And I don't know where it must be blowing off the tower and the antennas or something, and just hitting the roof because there's no tree branches above my shack. So,
David, thanks for the 15 months. Well, we have something to talk about tonight.
Yeah, acorns still manage to hit. I think the squirrels. I think some of Jim's squirrels from Alabama.
Are they chunking nuts at you?
Yeah.
So I got a text message yesterday from my brother Randy, who better be in the chat.
Well, it's a Randy segment again.
And he said, "I'm ready to take my test."
There he is, waving in the chat.
And I said, "All right, man." He said, "Can Steve take care of me?" And I said, "Yeah, absolutely." So I put a message in our group chat. I said, "Hey, Steve, Randy says he's ready to do it." So Thursday night, hold on, I don't want to lie here, because you know how I am. Thursday night at 6:30 p.m. in the Central Time, Randy will be taking his extra test. So, Randy, hope you're ready, buddy. And if anyone else is wanting to take an exam, we have a special session. And this just shows you that if you would like to test outside of our once a month, just let us know. We've got plenty of VEs that want to come and hang out. So there's a link to it. If you want to take a general test, a technician test, or an extra test, come on. Randy's busy emailing me more ham radio questions. I'm sorry, Mike. I'm sorry you have to deal with that. I truly am. I've tried to lead him in the ways
of saying what you got to say before you acknowledge anything.
Before I read the screen.
Because I know you saw it.
We've got some folks studying, and I will say the last couple of testing sessions, we ain't had nobody show up. Quite disappointed, because by this time, we only got a month to go. I should have at least seen a dozen extras, or a dozen new generals, or a dozen new technicians. So y'all spread the word, share it on your socials, text it, call your mama, tell them, say, "Hey, y'all want to come talk to us about ham radio? Come take your test. We got you taken care of." Word. And Randy did it right, because he signed up to be a VE as a general. Got accepted because Glarg is real fast. And now since he's upgrading from his general to his extra, I don't believe Glarg charges for that if you're already a VE. So, just saying.
Sounds like somebody's reading the fine print to me.
Boy's got some smarts.
You didn't help him out with that?
No,
that sounds like some fine print reading you would do.
It's something I would do.
You know what?
You ought to sign up for VEs. And you got to pay that $10.
Guess what? You still got to pay $35.
The government's still going to get their piece. But anyway, we want to see as many of you progress. Maybe we should call it progress by April, because you either get licensed or you upgrade. Doesn't have to be an extra. David you did go from technician to general. I'll acknowledge that. Didn't do it through us. You went behind my back, stabbed me in the back, all that kind of good stuff, but he did it. All I can say, thank you, man.
John, that was one of the
Could have phoned a friend.
Main incentives of me going for extra when I did.
John's right, 100%.
I got into this casual contesting, and after about 3 contacts in the extra band during some contests, I know how to fix that. So.
Unfortunately, the government says that I can't participate in Randy's exam, so I'm going to hang out in the lobby while he's taking his test and while the others are being VEs. So I got 3 VE accreditations, and if you have to renew that, it may be lesser than that now. I have 2.
I have 0 exams under my belt. I was
at least an exam.
I was going to participate in one of these online things, but now I couldn't remember my password or some special code or something. And,
well, the night that they did mine, Mike couldn't remember his password to update his signature, so he couldn't sign my test.
I think that's what mine was. Out. Yeah, it was the signature, and So what the hell?
I'm looking for something I can't find. Where'd it go? Well,
Jeff?
That joke ain't gonna go over well. I can't find the prop.
Put Jeff on your nice list for Christmas.
Awesome, Jeff. If you're in the extra by April, let us know. And if you've missed it, at me so that I can keep track of who's done it. We didn't have the sign-up sheet this year, so if you're in the Discord, if you're not, there's links down there to get into Discord. There's a channel in there called Extra by April. At me and tell me what you did, so I can keep up with that. Ron said I watched Shane get his extra. I got witnesses.
Oh, I'm sorry. There it is. Damn it, Randy.
Damn it, Bobby.
Damn it, Randy. Clicking buttons.
Thanks, Ron. Carlos was there as well. Mike was there. And then what the crazy thing is I log in thinking that there's only going to be like 2 or 3 people in there. And there's like a dozen people that are waiting. And I'm like, huh?
No. No. That ADHD. That would be mixing politics with our
That's right.
Not About Ham radio talk.
Chris says he's studying. Chris, come on, son. If Randy can do it, you can do it. That's saying a lot. But I logged in, and there's probably a dozen people waiting for me to come take my test. And I was like, you know what? If I really screw up on this and I bomb this, all my friends are going to know. And just like dropping a radio, I ain't never going to hear the end of it. Speaking of radio, I got a notification from the U.S. Postal Service that says my radio will be here on Saturday.
What took him so long?
I don't know. Don't ask.
Getting married or something?
Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
Jeez.
It shipped about 3 days after he smoked a couple of cigars that I sent him. So,
woo, that's gonna be a stinking radio. Man, I bought a radio one time, a little 2-meter, was a dual band Kenwood with a power supply. Like at my current,
no, Carlos, it's not.
At my current maturity
it's not
of
China
age,
either.
I would have actually probably paid this guy more. Because it was one of those guys in a tight spot needing some money for like a bill or something. I got this for nothing. I've dual band H Kenwood. I forget what it was. It wasn't the fancy one everybody likes, but it had the big head on it with a power supply. So this turned out to be my first 2-meter little base mobile radio for like $100-something, $150 maybe for both of them. Dude, when I got it home, I was like, this thing stinks, man.
Why does my shack smell like a cigar that's been out for about 6 months?
My shack then was in the house.
Oh, no.
I broke the case open on that thing, and, dude, it was brown.
How yellow was it?
Not yellow, it was brown. Ooh. It had so many layers of yellow, it was the brown crayon. I thought I probably went through a whole bag of my wife's makeup cotton swabs and a bottle of rubbing alcohol, cleaning all that out. Still
Get
never
all
really
that
got
out of
rid of
there.
the smell, but learned my lesson on that. I knew then why people throw such a fuss about non-smoking shacks.
I mean, that and one full of cat hair.
Yeah.
So, Ryan, member for 27 months. Thanks so much, buddy. We appreciate it.
Some people are very partial to the
Ham
cats.
Radio Cat. That's right.
Big boy.
I got one of those somewhere. I think it's in the drawer in there.
Not sponsored. Not by the beverage, but yes, sponsored by Big Boy.
I had a couple people ask in Discord about the hats. And
the damn hats.
I know, right?
We're live. I'm sorry. The darn hats.
Well, we're past 30 seconds, so it don't matter.
Yeah. Never know who's popping in. Looking.
I will have that done this week. The way for you to order and the way for you to pay. You're gonna have to do PayPal. Sorry, if you can't do PayPal, we'll try to accommodate you the best we can. But PayPal is all I got right now until Beer Snack says that we can start taking credit cards. But we'll have a price and an order form for the hats.
Well, you can pay straight with the card without even having a PayPal account, to my knowledge.
I didn't know
You
this.
have to log in. Yeah.
I didn't know this.
I think you just need to probably provide them an email address and your card number. I've never done it because I've always had an account, but I've had that option when I go to pay for stuff. And sometimes I look at it sideways because do I really want to log in? Because then I have to dig up my passwords and stuff.
You mean you don't have your password saved like all the rest of America?
Not to my browser.
Well, no.
Well, I learned that lesson.
Oh, you get hacked?
About like 15 years worth of accounts saved to my browser account. And then my youngest boy, was watching YouTube and it was like, click this link for these free bucks on a game. And all of a sudden I done purchased a brand new iPhone, a Google Pixel phone, all kind of stuff. I was going on a shopping spree while I was driving down the road. Didn't even know it.
You know, I had 2-factor set up on my Best Buy account, and I had it to where, I didn't have 2-factor. I just had the single, and I had it set up where I would get a text message if I got any activity on the account. Mm-hmm. And so I'm sitting at the house one day, and it says your order at Best Buy will be ready in 30 minutes, and I was like, I ain't bought nothing on Best Buy. So I'm sitting there and I'm on the couch. I'm like, well, what did I buy? And I looked and I was like, there's a game and some other stuff. And I was like, And I just started removing things from, I'd cancel the order and I'd sit there, stay logged in. I'd wait a couple minutes. And next thing you know, something else would pop in. I was like, no, I'm going to remove that from the basket. So I sat there jacking with that guy. I was jacking with that guy for a good 45 minutes.
I bought a brand new. Go ahead.
Finally, I was like, should I just go down there? Because it kept saying that he's going to be a local pickup. And he was picking the store that was like 25 minutes that way. And I was like, I should just drive over there and see who shows up to be Shane and go, hey, buddy.
Yeah,
but I decided just to close my account.
I had that happen with our Sam's Club account, which the rest of the world is a Costco. I bought a brand new laptop about to the store 4 hours south of me. And I went into protection mode so quick that I started taking all my payment information, canceling the account. Then I realized I could have got the account information. I did get the name and stuff they put on the account, but that was fake anyway.
Sure. I was just like, somebody's going to show up there. I'm going to be waiting.
Yeah.
Say, what'd you buy? That sure looks good. Can I see your ID?
Clerk, hold on. Put that back. I'm canceling that in a minute.
Right? I'm going to cancel that.
Make sure you got the police with you.
After I cancel this asshole. I don't need the police.
Let them haul them off.
Knuckle sandwich.
Right? Some nerd coming up there buying a video game. Shoot, I can take care of that.
You get rocked in the process.
You know me, Steve. Why are you late? You been playing Net Commander?
Yeah, I had to play Net Control tonight.
You're like, I'm gonna call check-ins. Oh, well, we're 10 minutes after. No check-ins. We're going to close the net.
I wish.
Would you have 5?
I actually had 16 tonight.
Oh, nice.
So not a bad little.
Y'all use NetLogger?
I do not.
Just what was 17?
What was the topic of tonight's net?
Oh, what you're doing in amateur radio?
Oh, shocking! Because that's not every other net that I go on. What you're doing in amateur radio?
Well, I had to throw it out that we're doing a POTA event this weekend.
You could have said you could have come on to the clubhouse tonight and see what we're really doing. That's what you could have done.
Of course, Steve's number one fan.
But he didn't want to put that over there. Hi, Julie. Steve, you want full screen so you can talk to Julie?
Say it, Steve.
Nope.
Say it, Steve.
What?
See, he's still running net.
How rude. She is saying hello, waving, and you're just going to smile and poke your chest out?
I freaking said something to her earlier. You missed it.
It's right now. Earlier don't count.
Before you're on
How
camera,
about a text
don't
her?
count.
Be a gentleman, dude.
Julie, are you at a park tonight?
Oh, God.
See,
I didn't say you make small talk.
Uh-huh. Give me a
What's
bunch
your
of crap.
favorite HT?
God, no. Because everybody says Baofeng.
So what was your story tonight? What have you been doing in amateur radio? You been making videos?
I actually did make a video while I was out in Oregon.
Oh.
You're making videos.
So
What's this topic of said video?
it's just a POTA activation.
Okay.
Not my typical, so.
Is it 40 minutes of you making contacts?
No, the battery didn't last that long on the camera.
Oh, okay.
So.
John says, what's your favorite park-related pickup line?
Hey, Julie.
The favorite pickup line is, I'm calling for one stations only.
I think Steve's got another fan here. Look at that.
Yeah, that's just Norm. Nobody cares.
Oh, that's so cute.
We love Norm.
And hello,
Norm's
Mike
done-
Smith in the chat. My fan. Thank you.
Norm's done moved on from Kyle.
Right.
So next year, you're going to get Shaq and Brothers Christmas ornaments.
I still have an ornament from the Shack Brothers. A certain Huntsville ornament. But
I done dripped on myself.
uh-huh.
Oh. That's why you need one of these. It catches the drip.
I got one.
No, not a good one.
Oh, I miss a mouth this big. Shit.
I know, right? Good Lord. Get you a sippy cup.
We lost Joe.
But
Anyway, how you been, Steve?
been
Been a
good.
minute. How are you? What's going on?
No, I
in
was
your
here
world?
last week.
I wasn't. So therefore, I don't know.
You weren't here last week?
That was the last hour, but no one counts that one because I was inebriated. See, I
Come
own
in
it.
late, a little tipped.
I own it. I went out and had a wonderful evening of miniature golf, cigars, and whiskey. So
Damn
it was fun.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah. So Tiger Woods built a miniature golf course here, so it's like miniature golf on steroids. And when you're at the hole,
So it's golf just miniaturized.
pretty much, yeah. You don't drive anything. It's all short game and putting. And like there's a barcode you can scan, and you punch in what you want, and someone brings it out to you by the time you're finished with the hole. So
No doubt.
that's kind of cool.
What do they charge per drink? Never mind. I don't want to know. Pay the
The
bill and
beer
just
was
shut
like
up.
$6-7, I think, for a beer.
Okay.
It wasn't bad.
That's not horrible.
They don't upcharge you.
Mhm.
And then we went to this place called Industrial Cigar, and they had a new Widow Jane bourbon called Decadence. And I drank way too much of that, then decided it was a good idea to come hang out with my friends on the stream, get ridiculed.
Yeah. But no, I stopped at a certain bar when I was in Nashville, and a shot of Gentleman Jack was $12.
Really?
Yep.
What bar was this? You need to shame them live in person.
They're a rather big red bar.
Was it the Red Dog thing from
Yep.
Blake Shelton's place?
Yep.
He doesn't live too far from me. I'm gonna go take a drone over and drop him a note. Says, son, $12 for Gentleman Jack.
He didn't control the prices.
But he can influence. Let's see. Lawnmower's got a question. I got to go back and look.
Did you start?
It's called Pop Stroke, I believe.
Yes, I have seen videos of Pop Stroke.
That's what it was. It's Pop Stroke. We have and then in the same area we have an indoor one that's got 37 different courses on the inside. So when you have a Texas deluge like we had today, you can still go play mini golf.
I was gonna say, there's one up in Raleigh I want to go play. That everything's computerized.
Mm-hmm.
You're timed from the time you hit the ball till you get in the hole.
So this one you can keep score on your phone. It's kind of cool. You don't have to write anything on. You just tell it how many. That's kind of cool. But we have Pop Stroke. I can't remember what the other one. There's like 3 of them that are right there. But the Pop Stroke one is outdoors, and it's 2 18-hole courses, and it'll wear you out by the time you're done.
Mm-hmm. Do you have Top Golf too?
They don't offer carts or anything. You got to walk.
No, you got to walk it.
Yes, we have Top Golf too.
Okay.
That's for those who are motivated.
No, that's for those that are inebriated and can't walk.
That's true. Well, no, I mean, you still got to stand up and hit that thing.
Or fall off the second story.
Jeff says, so cheating by computer is allowed. I don't know what you're talking about, Jeff. We're upstanding sportsmen-like. Oh, Joe Brett's done gone trapezoid. He's got a new app he's playing with.
That's what I like about the one in Raleigh is you can't cheat it because it knows every time you hit the ball. Oh, God, Joe.
He has a new toy.
Get you some tin cup and play with that.
Oh, why are we whiskey shaming? We don't do that here. Shoot.
No, I just know how much he enjoys the tin cup.
Well, at least
it was also
once.
a good golf movie.
That's true. I think, Steve, are you the only one? Yeah, I think you and Izzo might be the only people on the Clubhouse who haven't been on the stream kind of intoxicated. Oh, was I not?
No.
Was I not there? Oh, okay. What episode?
You were there.
What episode was that? I need to go back and review it.
Good luck.
Joe Brett, do you know what episode it was?
There's been a couple of them.
Oh, inquiring minds want to know.
I just hide it well.
Joe Brett, you're muted.
I get real quiet when I get inebriated, unless I'm with a group.
I say so much, and I'm muted. That's why people think I'm always so quiet.
He's not quiet. He's just muted.
There's actually an episode of 2.0 live that I'm very inebriated.
Or was it a happy hour?
No, it was not.
Oh. What episode was that? We want to know.
That was a Huntsville episode.
Is that one still up? Is that?
Oh yeah,
did that
it's
not
still
get
up.
Taken down.
No, because he filmed it from my cabin.
There's been a couple of Ham Radio 2.0 happy hour streams. By the end of the happy hour stream, there's a lot of inebriated people on the stream, and most of them are trying to pretend like they're not. And you just look at them and go, "Oh."
I was gonna say, I think there's a Crash Course episode where there was some pretty inebriation on there.
Oh no, I think that one got taken down.
Oh no, it's still available if you know the link.
Oh, is that the one where the unicorn head came? Oh yeah, I don't have that link. I don't have that one. Are we missing anything in the chat? I've been chatting with you guys, and Joe Brett normally watches the chat, so.
Ooh.
See, Julie's after it. John says 10 cup rye is pretty bad. Have you ever had the rye?
Smart Jason likes it pretty much. He was drinking that walking around Huntsville.
I don't know what I had, but it was.
It's bad.
It was pretty good. It just made you very bad.
David says I helped Randy get a bottle of King Louis at a price. I didn't get a phone call. So
No,
now
because you were shaming them for not testing with me.
Yeah, exactly. And they're going to continue to be shamed until they show up. David better show up. He should test Thursday night too.
Yeah. To say Randy's testing Thursday, and I might have another one testing Thursday.
Hopefully we have 5 or 6. No pressure. Just come hang out with us. It's a lot of fun.
I don't know if you've noticed.
That's a long, awkward pause.
In the 3D printing channel, I don't guess anybody's really checked it in the last couple of days, but I've had both my 3D printers going.
Are you printing stuff?
I am attempting.
He's printing towers, looks like.
That's what I was about to say. That's what it looks like in his
Is there any
there.
clues? Any clues there? Well, this is some attempts here.
Me and Big
It didn't work out. Oh, you're
Yeah.
gonna embiggen
Solo
it?
him. There you go.
Hey, how about that? Look at that.
I like
That-
the multicolor.
That didn't work out because that broke. Oh,
Oops.
that broke. Taking the supports off.
I
Are
think you're
these,
not putting a
eight-
rotator on it, so.
Are these HT
broke.
antenna of towers?
But this is where I'm at right now.
Oh.
Look at that.
Oh.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Oh,
You
fancy
can put the mast on
schmancy.
there. Oh, look at that.
There.
Okay.
Don't pay attention. Oh, look, there's some more parts.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't see. There's some more parts over there.
The printer's still going?
No, not until I can figure out. So this, how can I do this now? Let me get this off. So, I don't know if any of y'all follow Remote Ham Radio's W2RE, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So his son, Bobby, has made him, started out just a decoration for the shack. But of course, what does everybody do? Well, I want one, right?
Yep.
So he has made the files available on cults3d.com. This is, of course, he's put a lot of work into this. It's CAD created by him. He's even got the
base plate.
this is what I'm printing now. I'm printing the antenna, which had a failure on some of the parts, so I got to reprint some of those. This thing is huge in its original format.
Shrink it.
He is, well, that's all that you've seen at first, all these failed prints, was me trying to shrink it. And with the 4mm nozzle, or 0.4, I just think it makes it a run tower with those rungs, these rungs. When you start getting smaller than that, it makes it really hard for the strength to stay up. That's why they break so easy. He did, by request, make a file for the A1 Mini to fit on the A1 Mini. So it is scaled down probably somewhere around 60-75% of the original size.
Okay.
And that's actually what I have printed. The big part is all A1 Mini.
Okay.
So that's how big it will be. And that's that was only 3 sections of that. But yeah, he does have a Yaesu rotor with a rotor plate. I've got it installed, but I ain't printed the rotor yet. And he emailed me back today saying that he is working on designing a smaller version, even smaller, because I was trying to scale it down like 50%, which this is 50% of the original file.
Okay.
So I don't know. He's doing some testing to see if he can make it stable enough to print that small. But I think if you start getting any smaller than that, it's more suited for a resin printer because they do miniatures well. But
what is the purpose of said antenna? Is it just decoration or is it
Decoration
functional?
for the shack.
Okay.
Is that-
No, I'm
yeah.
just curious. Don't yell at me, Steve.
By
That's
God.
a fantastic question.
Unless you want to make it for Meshtastic. I mean,
Gee.
put a
Gunner.
Meshtastic beam on it.
let's see. Yeah, let's scroll down. There's his rotator.
The
Fit it full
rotator's
of-
hidden by your head. There you go.
Yeah, just takes a minute. Sits in the tower like so.
That's impressive.
There you go. So it's a
That is
pretty
pretty
neat
cool.
little thing. I'm working on printing that.
Eric, that one's totally HOA approved.
Right.
Because if they can't see it, they can't deny it.
It's very true.
So my plan is I'm wanting to print one I wanted to print one for the shack. I ain't got room for that big, even that 75% scale. I don't, man, it's too many buttons. How do I get out of this? So take me off full screen. But there's too many, it's too big for the shack. Even when I get that printed with the antenna on it, I ain't got room in my little shack for that. But I wanted to make one for, sit on top of the bookcase in my office. But I think that's even too big. So I don't know. But
Jody says,
your office at the office or your office at the house?
there you go. Jody says you need a Lego man to climb it.
that is a very good idea.
I like that. Or Gumby.
Or Gumby. Yep.
Eric says he can't wait to see the 3D printed 705. He don't know, does he?
He doesn't.
He doesn't know.
still
Shane,
have
do
one?
you have that handy?
There we go.
So I brought.
I don't know.
I've got a 3D printed 705 at the office that holds USBs, and then at Huntsville I brought a life size
It
1-to-1
didn't make the
scale.
cut.
1-to-1 scale at Huntsville that was semi okay, but the top was crap because that was a failed USB holder print, way too big. And somehow that mysteriously went from the pavilion picnic table at Huntsville, Montesano, to Shane's mailbox in Texas. So, and I guess the other one I had, I guess it made it to the garbage. I don't know.
That was funny because I opened it up. I was like, "Who sent me what? Who sent me a 3D printed 705?"
All right.
Had a nice sentimental note on it. I will say that.
I got to try to find a picture for Eric.
Did you guys notice we're back on the moon? Y'all paid attention to that?
I've never been to the moon.
No, we're
Didn't
back
know
on
we
the
ever
moon,
made it to the
man.
moon. I thought that was all a hoax.
I've felt a little light like I was on the moon
Stop
before,
it
but I
now.
ain't been there. Well, you said
we
been back.
Look, we back.
Oh,
We have a Texas
take that
company
back.
has a lander on
I
the
have
moon
been a
right
few
now.
times. I have been a few times to the landing zone there at Huntsville.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I actually made contact with N5SKT while I was out in Oregon.
While
yeah?
he's on the moon.
Well, he's doing stuff that's going to the moon.
Oh, okay.
And that'll be in the video because I did actually get recording of some of him. He was, oh my God, loud. And the
As
antenna,
per
my
usual.
God.
yeah. I think he said he was running 600 watts.
Out of a ham stick.
No, actually, he was using a Delta loop. But that Delta loop was massive. Picture of it's in the Discord.
So yeah, I thought it was really cool to see Firefly Aerospace got their. They stuck the landing the first time. So it was cool to get some HD images and video. The video of the landing was really cool that they uploaded. So, if you don't believe we're on the moon, go right ahead. Go stick your head in the mud.
600 watts with a
It
Delta
is what it is. But it was pretty cool stuff. And we've got 2 more landers on the way.
loop. Okay.
The moon's about to be a busy spot up there. But I thought it was cool.
Yep. Yeah, it's insane.
I don't know. Don, is it your equipment that's on the moon now, or is it en route? Or is it going? Inquiring minds want to know.
But Shane, flying is the second greatest thrill known to man.
What's the first?
Landing.
That's true. Yep, that's true.
Especially one that you can walk away from.
Yeah, and nothing's bent.
Yeah, well,
Trying
I
to
can
find...
neither confirm nor deny if I've bent something in the past.
I haven't. Knock on wood.
Yeah, because, hey, you're still flying on
Knock
the regular.
on wood.
Of course, my pilot going into Washington, as I got off, I had to ask him how many years he had in the Navy.
Oh, it was one of those landings.
Oh, yeah, he put it on the deck hard.
Nice.
And he goes, how'd you know? I was like, dude, I just know.
Been there,
25,
done that.
25 years. So,
I want to show this, but I don't want to get us in any trouble.
Jason, yes, I agree. There are things that are more thrilling,
There is, yeah.
but like jumping out of a perfectly good airplane.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
I mean,
High def video of the landing.
high def video of it took them a couple days to get that sent back to us because they were conserving their bandwidth for the landing process and all that kind of good stuff. But I thought this was pretty cool, man. Like it wasn't live, but to get these videos in.
Did they send that over 2 meters?
It was on an X-band antenna.
Okay.
I think they have an S-band and an X-band, and the X-band, whichever one's higher bandwidth, that's the one that they sent it over to. So I thought that was kind of cool, man. It's been a minute since we've put anything up there on our closest body, but they did a fantastic job sticking the landing. Like I said, we've got 2 more en route. I don't know which one's going to be first, but there's 3 landers in total that are going to the moon. So if you haven't seen this yet, look up Firefly Aerospace on
and Don shared the link in the chat.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. I'm sorry, Joe Brett. Are we boring you with space?
Man.
Is space boring to you?
No, I'm sorry. I got up several hours before the sun did this morning, so not my usual schedule.
I can understand that.
But if you haven't seen this yet, it'd be kind of cool for those who haven't to actually see.
Now, wait a minute. Wait a daggum minute.
It threw
here.
All right,
moon
what you
rocket
got?
way away.
Hey, why is the whole video stop motion? Like frame by frame until the actual landing, and then it's like 60 frames per second.
They're just trying to conserve bandwidth.
Conserve bandwidth.
No, they wanted to make sure it was a successful landing before that.
That's true. Yeah. It's cool stuff, though. Firefly Aerospace.
I can get that.
I think the next one will be iSpace. I believe they're going to be the next ones to land, but that's kind of cool.
There you go, Eric. There's my miniature 705 3D print. It's the only.
Oh, wow.
It's the only picture I could find. But so it doesn't have
radio
a working waterfall in it, but it does have my little card there. It fits a business card perfect for the screen. And yeah, SDR control next to it, and it's like it really works, man.
There you go. At least you can have SDR control at work.
Right. So Don says the IM-2 will be the next one to land.
Okay.
I'm a space nerd, so sorry if that bores some of y'all.
As Carlos says, landing safely-ish.
Ish.
Well, at least it wasn't like the first one from Intelligent Machines. The first one they did, it landed and then it like laid over on its side.
Oh, so it did a Shane landing.
Intuitive Machines, that's it. I know Don's gonna correct me, but I believe it was Intuitive Machines will be the next one.
And he's going to completely ignore my comment, so that's fine. I feel the love. It's all good.
See? IM-2 is the one that Nokia Bell Labs will be deploying 4G LTE on the moon. It's kind of cool.
And why do we need 4G?
Because they can't get 5G.
I was going to say the 5G around here doesn't work anyway. So
yeah. So why would it work on the moon? But they did. So these guys, Firefly did demonstrate that you can receive GNSS coordinates from our global positioning system back in Earth's orbit. You can receive that information on the moon, or in lunar orbit. Sorry. I thought that was kind of cool. That was one of the tests. Who's this guy? What are you doing?
Tell us all about
that's
it,
not
man.
the shack. Did you have a net that you had to do tonight?
I got lost.
Oh, of course you did.
He don't even know whose house he's in.
I was about to say it don't look like any house I ever seen him in.
Well, Steve would know this house, but since no one wants to come and visit me,
it's not true. I came and visited.
that's right. That's what I said. Steve knows his house.
Look, you need to take that up with corporate because everybody else lives 1,600 miles from you.
So I need to go down to you. I'm the old guy.
That's what I do. I go down to Texas. I don't go up to see anybody, but I'll go down.
You go down to Texas, but you don't stop by to see Shane.
Yes, that too.
Nope.
Yeah. And
Get me started.
somebody was supposed to leave out the breadcrumbs so I can remember where, because and then the birds must have ate the stuff because.
Well, you found your way here anyway. It's not
What'd
like
I
we're
miss?
at the same place every time.
What'd I miss?
Nothing.
Nothing.
We were talking about
yeah.
moon landings and
You
tornadoes.
missed the best part of the
radios
show, man. I was talking
drinking.
about my new. Oh shoot, man!
There
I
it
keep
goes.
forgetting
And
about
broke
that.
it.
Got to tower down.
Look there. Look at that.
Oh,
Look at that big old
you
mass pipe there, man.
You 3D'd that thing?
Well, I printed that thing. I didn't 3D it.
I want
Bobby,
one.
I'm gonna
I
leave that one
want
alone. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
I'm sorry,
What do
my
you-
audio broke up.
Yep.
I didn't
Okay, wait a
3D
minute.
it. I printed it. What do you?
Can
No,
we stop
no.
something for a minute?
No, it's all you, buddy. Let's stop.
Go for
let's
it.
stop the
Eric.
show.
Eric, before you make that comment, did you come to Newington, Connecticut to W1AW?
God dang,
Which is
man.
about
You gotta be careful
40
with it.
which
Okay.
is about 45 minutes from me. I just want to make sure that I'm wrong. Because if I'm wrong, I'm going to
Damn shame's what
apologize.
it is.
Mm-hmm.
Damn shame.
Mm-hmm.
Show is, man. Look at that. I
Damn
done
shame.
broke that darn thing. Man. You know what?
No, hey guys, really check out Eric's videos about W1AW
I'm about ready to break this whole thing.
and how he doesn't visit his friends in Connecticut.
We're not talking about the little dude.
Tell
Shane.
us more, Izzo.
No, I'm not going to be the guy who comes in late and starts stirring a shit pot and everything else. That's
Oh, we've already been doing that. It's okay.
no. And I'm in the
It's
dining
okay.
room. I'm in the just so you know, this is my seat at the dining room table. This is my seat.
Is that
that's the-
approved for you to
That's the
sit
foot
there
of
like
the
that?
table.
Yes.
This is the King Arthur's table right here.
Okay.
This is solid wood. This is solid wood dining room table with
And
the
that's-
with the expandable leaf and
Mhm.
and additional chairs.
You
A lot of
put that
history's been
king
made.
crown back in the closet.
A lot of history's been made at this table. Let
we
me
don't
tell
want
you
to know.
something.
We don't want to know what's happened on that table.
The only thing that hasn't been is a conception and a birth. Those are the only two things that has not happened on this table.
That you'll
So,
admit to.
That we'll admit to.
Dang! Woo! Turn the
Let
air
me back up and hit you
conditioner
with
down
that
up in
best
here.
again.
Well, Carlos said this show was going to be about perfume or poison. So what the hell?
Aren't they the same thing?
Yeah, it could be.
Oh, jeez. Joe's had too much fun with that.
Hear a good beat, man. I just,
Start moving to it. All right, so Izzo, how's your week been, man?
Julie, thank you. That's right. Nobody puts Izzo in the corner. That's right. What did I do? What did I do since our last time I saw you guys? Did I do a POTA? I can't remember. No, I didn't do a POTA. Just busy with work. Oh! I was definitely sick. Let me tell you something. I was getting ready to. I thought maybe we saw the guy on Family Guy, death.
Okay.
Something happened to me. Whatever I ate Thursday, because I drove home not good. I probably should not have even driven home. Crawled into bed and did not get out until Saturday afternoon.
Do you have your dude wipes?
Yes, thank God for the 6-pack from Walmart. Something happened. And yes, exactly. Yes, it was a bad barbecue chip. See, this is what happens when you all eat barbecue. No, something happened to me and everything.
Excuse
So, but I'm better now. And I am committed to eating a better, healthy lifestyle. Although today I was eating snacks, a snack Chex Mix, but I'm reducing a tremendous amount of sugars.
you told us Chex Mix bad for you?
No, but I haven't had such a long. It's probably a high sodium count, Joe. But I haven't been munching, and I've cut
Well,
back
sodium
on the
don't
amount of
make you
soda.
fat. It just makes your heart stop.
Well, either way, it's bad for you.
I mean,
Then you swell
either
up.
fat or dead, one or the other.
Yeah. But listen, we got bathing suit season coming here in the Northeast real soon. So
Oh, you gotta get ready for that.
yeah, and no, you know what it is? I don't want to go buy more fat pants. I'm not buying more fat pants.
God, he's going to go without pants.
Yeah, that's what happens when you. That's what happens when you run to the border. Let me tell you. That's what I was doing Thursday and Friday. I was running to the border. Let me tell you, I was running all right.
Running for the porcelain border.
Ugh.
Eat that stuff.
Were you praying to the porcelain Jesus?
Yes.
We're
Yes,
running back to the
literally.
tree line.
Yeah. That happens. You tell
It
her,
was.
Father, please forgive this thing that's about to come out.
No, you know what it was? I'm like, can I said, I'll be a better person. I won't eat this. I won't eat that. And I promise.
And he's
So you start making those promises.
Yeah.
And you're all right. You don't want to see me in a bathing suit. I'm not a bathing suit guy. I never
Definitely not a
have been.
Speedo.
I've never been a Speedo guy. I have never been. Before the word board shorts became popular, I always wore those kind of. That's right. I'm a product of the late 70s and the 80s. Heck, back in the 70s, we wore dungaree shorts with the fringe.
What is dungaree? Can you explain
Dungaree.
that?
Dungaree.
Is that a brand name? Is that like a fad?
Jeans.
Okay. All right. So cutoffs.
No, well, yeah, cutoffs.
If you said it had if it had the fray on it, that's cutoffs.
Yes, and you were judged on your coolness of how much fringe you had. Now, if you had too much, that was ridiculous. If you didn't have enough, that meant you were an idiot because you just didn't take the scissors right and throw them in the wash machine and shred them up. But then the strings would get caught in the wash machine, and your mother would. It's a long story. Let's not turn this into a therapy session.
Okay, I was just curious.
As well as why are we cutting brand new pants? Why are we cutting brand new pants?
If you fringe them all the way to the belt loops, then it's a hula scoop.
Paul says this dungaree is an East Coast word.
Yeah, Paul, it might be. Why? What do you guys call them? Jeans?
Pants, jeans, denim.
Call them what they are.
Yeah, shorts.
Well,
when you go to the store, they say jeans.
Okay, so this is how we used to do it. When I finally started making it, like I was about 15 years old, I was working a lot of money. My goal was to buy Levi's. So we didn't even call them jeans. We just called them Levi's because the Levi's could be corduroys or it could be the blue jeans or whatever. But we were always wearing either Wranglers or there was another brand that we had a department store up here called Caldors. And they had some real low end. These things
had to be.
Not to be confused with the Rustlers.
Rustlers, that's it. Yes, Rustlers.
That's the Walmart brand.
But not back in the 70s.
Then,
no, back then. Thank you for everybody in the chat who was saying Russell, you're right. But as a kid, we knew as kids, we did the best product testing, didn't we? Because I could tell you how long a pair of Converses would last. Now, these are totally not the Converses that the kids are walking around today. Yes, they were still the flat ones, no arch in the heel. But I knew if I got a pair of Converses in June, they would never make it to Labor Day. First off, with your bicycle, they get worn down because you use them as part of a braking system. So the insides of your Converses got worn down on one side. Or if you were cutting the grass and you jumped off the lawnmower, because we disabled the part that and you kept the thing moving. If you got a little bit too close to that blade, and one time, so I gotta tell you all.
That's before they had safety switches.
I got a question because I googled.
Yeah, you just glue the safety switch down.
I googled dungarees in the 70s for guys, and
What's it look like?
I'm a little disturbed, honestly.
Why?
Why? I don't know if I should show this on the stream because I don't want to offend anybody.
I was gonna say, I think
you
the
guys
Navy
still hear me?
calls them dungarees.
Yeah,
but
I can still hear you.
Okay.
I'm just curious. I'm not sharing. Oh, I'm not sharing that.
No, just share it.
Share that one.
What
No,
is it? What is it? A picture of Tom Selleck or something?
No, it's that.
Yes,
I was like,
yes.
is that dungarees in the 70s?
Yes,
Like
except
a moose knuckle.
No. Okay. No. Let me explain now.
Let me explain. This is however I'm in trouble stories start.
All right, no.
Yeah.
Except for the white shirt, it was either a Budweiser shirt. It was
He's
cool
not even
to
going to
wear.
address the britches.
It was cool
Right?
to wear. It was cool to wear a Budweiser shirt, And then when the Brady Bunch was on, they kind of set a fashion trend of what kind of cool shirts to wear and this and that, and just kind of weird. All right, so listen. You remember back in the days before we came on YouTube? I'd always say,
we don't.
"I got a story. I got a story." No, and this is clean one. No, seriously, this is all clean. You don't worry about having that dumb
I'm
button ready.
traumatized by googling cutoff shorts in the 70s.
I get worried when Izzo's in a good mood, man.
Just sometimes.
I wish I had a cigar right now because this is a great cigar story. So we're cutting the grass. It's hot and this and that. Just finished. And I had a little bit. I opened the tank up. I just want to know how much gas I had left in the tank. I got a little bit left, so I left it running. And I'm sitting there under the tree, cooling off, and I'm like, I'm kind of like looking at the opening of where the grass comes out, and I can see the blades going around. I said, I wonder how close I can get my foot in there without.
Jesus.
So I start with a stick.
Okay.
Now at least I think I'm smart enough to know I'm not going to stick my finger in there. Because why would I stick my finger in there? You need your fingers, right? At the end of the day, you need your fingers. I think I can get through life maybe with a
at least missing just one.
A digit or what do they call them? Digits? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I need my fingers. I need the phalanges. Just the tips. Absolutely. So I started doing sticks. And I remember throwing like a light rock in there and it came shooting out and everything, like as if you were like, like skipping what, remember how you would skip rocks over water and shit? My sneakers were probably about a month or so old and I did something dangerous and wrong. I wore them to cut the grass. And you know what happens at anything like that. They're going to start turning green. My mother would have a fit. So I'm like, how can I get some bleach? Okay, how can I get some bleach? But I'm like, and I don't know.
That.
Why?
Because then you get holes in them.
From the bleach?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, I never made it. I never made it to get into bleach because while I'm walking around thinking about this stuff, without thinking, I got too close to the chute. And I felt like I was a cat. I went, yow! And that thing nipped and it cut just the tip. Just the tip. It cut the rubber. It was like a clean.
That makes me hurt, man.
Listen, if you've ever gone to the deli counter and you tell them, "I just want a little piece of this,"
man, don't relate this to the deli counter. Man.
I will say, I found a picture.
You just don't want cut.
I found a picture of Izzo and his buddies in the 70s in their dungarees.
Let me see
So
if I can
add that up.
Yes, that's us. That's us.
God.
Yep.
So which one's
Good
Mo?
job, buddy. Yeah, exactly.
Which one's me? Hold on. Wait, hang on.
Which one's Mo? We know which one you are.
Wait. Which one do you think I am?
The one that's driving the El Camino.
No.
The green tank top with the mullet. Yep.
Yes.
No. I'm the guy in the blue shirt. I'm the guy in the blue shirt.
Okay.
That
The
was
smallest legs. That's what I was thinking too.
I got nice legs. I've been always told I have nice legs.
Things you should never hear on a ham radio show. I've been told I got nice legs.
No. You want to know why? Because I would lay out in the sun. I used to take this stuff called Sun In, and my sisters and all her friends would hang out. We would bring our boom boxes outside and play the latest AM or FM radio station. We would hang out for hours to get tan. And of course, being a guy hanging out with the girls getting tan was just, let me tell you something. Well, everyone else is playing.
All the guys talked about you.
No, let me tell you something. While everyone else is playing baseball and doing all this other stuff, guess what this guy's doing? He's
driving El Camino.
No, I'm not driving.
Okay.
That who posted that about the baby oil? That baby oil, you gotta be careful of that stuff. That stuff will burn you. Because I used Wesson oil. Mark knows, Mo knows. I used Wesson oil one day and some
things
Mazola
you
corn
didn't
oil.
think you would ever hear on the Clubhouse is Izzo suntanning with Wesson oil.
I walked into the house
smelling like KFC.
No, my mother.
Vince, you're right. You're wrong.
I walked into the house and my mother's like, "You smell like a garden salad."
Well, I'm going to never Google that again. 1970s dungarees. Nope.
Shane, here's the bad news.
Yes.
It's in your search history now, so you're going to see it all the time.
Okay. That's all right.
in your
I'm probably
AdSense
going to get
now.
ads. Yeah, I'm going to get Facebook's going to show me ads for $650 pair of cutoff shorts.
And
Yeah.
Jason's
If you're
right
bored,
about the
you should
olive oil.
Totally do that.
And just okay, so just to finish the story, I know I'm sorry I jumped around. The lawnmower, I did not lose any feet. I did not lose any toes. There was no bleeding, but it did chop. It did chop, and of course, you got to deal with those sneakers now until it's time for August, because you're not getting nothing new. You're not getting new pants. You're not getting new footwear and another haircut until like 2 weeks before the first day of school. So you got to live with whatever you do.
Fashion from the 70s is just weird.
What do you because
because
the bell bottoms
because I've Googled this.
Go
Now
ahead.
I have things popping up in my search and that I never thought I would ever see. So I just need an accurate representation from those of you who are in this era. Was this like a thing?
Okay,
Evidently.
so
polyester.
okay, so all right, so the guy on the right, that was late
The doctor?
that was late
It's your
60s
dentist.
to mid 70s. I don't think that went past 78, 79. That was more of the, hey, I'm the suave guy, and I got some money and this and that. The guy in the middle, I don't know what's going on with this guy. The guy on
It
the
looks
guy
like
on
money.
It looks like he cut his khakis off.
yeah, that's I don't
And then rolled them up and stitched
And then
them.
rolled them
yeah,
up.
yeah. The guy on the left, that shirt design was a very popular. Any kind of swirly stuff like that was very, very popular in the browns, the reds, the purples, and the yellows for some reason. I don't know what it.
Usually went along with a certain
Man,
rolled
those are
substance
expensive,
that we're not going to talk
Unfortunately,
about.
Shane, that was the fashion of some people. I'm curious.
He's right because leisure suits were it,
Brady
man.
Bunch.
Look at the
Yeah.
prices.
That's $15 for that.
That was the cheapest in the 70s, man.
Go to something-
$38 for those
Shane,
slacks.
Shane, find
40,
something
50
else.
bucks now.
Find something else because there's some really.
Shane probably needs a quick Google.
Yeah, Shane, you may not.
And you
wanna
gotta
know much
remember
more.
too, I'm a product of like early 70s, mid 70s, where and then all of a sudden I rolled right into the 80s. The 80s changed dramatically.
What is
80s
this?
80s went totally different.
What is
Yeah.
this?
Okay. So the top right. Okay, hang on. The top right and top left, which are almost the same, kids who wore those got made fun of because of those pockets.
I mean, I'd make fun of them too. You could put a ham radio in that.
I was going to say, and then we want to
Yeah.
step into the 90s when we had Jinkos where the pockets went all the way down to our ankle.
Yes. Now, but look at the bottom. That bottom right, the khaki color, that's very close to what we have today.
Yeah, you could
That's not
totally
all
go on a
far off.
safari to shoot a lion in that outfit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
well,
was
that's
going
what
to say,
you
move
did.
the pocket to the side,
And
not
what
on the
is
front of the thigh.
Is this fringe down here on the bottom left? Is that not fringe enough to be a dungaree? Or
No,
is that a,
that's acceptable going out, but it's it's just starting. However, it was the color of the denim too. See, that was a dark denim dungaree. You knew there was something going on with that. That's not cool. Dungarees were cool when they were starting to get with that pre-wash. That's where the term pre-wash, and you started seeing pre-wash,
or you
and
got
then
acid wash or rock
and
wash?
and stonewash jeans came in. In the 80s,
yeah.
we were all wearing stonewash jeans.
In the 80s,
Sat-
y'all were all stoned, is what it was.
No, well, okay, a little bit, and
Oh, okay.
and we were wearing satin jackets. We were all wearing, a t-shirt with a satin jacket under it and some gel in our hair, man.
You know what? You know what just totally blows me away is that there's 105 people that are watching us
still
run
watching
down memory
this.
lane.
I'm so
of
sorry.
us
Should I
talking about
should I leave now?
Yes.
No,
I'm sorry.
no, it's good. I'm just blown away at this fashion industry because I was born in 78, so I can call myself in the 70s, but I grew up in the 80s, so this 70s stuff is
wild.
Yeah. Oh.
And who had the members only jacket?
This one's special.
Yeah, I never had members only. That was like
no, that's 80s. I'm not going there. We're gonna stick with the 70s here.
70s was sort of that groovy. Let me tell you something. When Woodstock came out in 69, everybody wanted to dress a lot like Zeppelin, the Stones, Crosby, Stills, Nash, Young, Jimmy, Janis, that whole, and it rolled into the 70s. The Vietnam War, everybody wanted that Vietnam War. So fashion and music and statements were so part of the wardrobe that was coming out also.
I found a picture of Izzo at Field Day.
Oh, that's not too far. Let me tell you something. So when you had the pockets, let me tell you something. The pockets was cool, but you had to be careful it wasn't too much pocket showing, because that meant your boys were going to be.
Yep.
The mouse is out of the house. No, you can't have that. So, but yeah, no. Actually, Mark's in the chat.
It's going to make a great podcast.
Mark's in the chat. So let me tell you something. Mark's in the chat.
We'll skip the podcast on this one.
Yeah,
hey, Steve,
skip this
when Mark and I first met in the early 90s, there was a lot of us hanging out at the Big Ham and Acid State Park here in Connecticut. And there were
Did you say Big Ham and Acid?
Yeah, well, Ham and Acid was it's the biggest biggest park in the state of Connecticut. It's a great POTA park. I've done I think maybe 1.5 kilos, almost 2 kilos now from there. And this is where Mark and I
he did a couple of kilos at the state park in the 80s.
That's a whole different.
Stay on topic with me. We're talking ham radio field day when everything got set up. I'm like, I'm done. I bust. Guess what I'm doing? I take off my shirt. I would go find a picnic bench, and I would get my tan going.
Get his baby oil and work on that tan. All from the park.
All from the park, man. That's what you do.
Just figure you get your tan while you were on the radio.
Yeah.
Mark will tell you. We've had some great times.
Anyway, anybody else got a topic they want to talk about, or we want to call it a night tonight? Oh my!
Oh Lord!
Dude, what are you doing, Joe Brett?
He's playing with his new toy.
Oh, that's right.
What's the toy? What do I call it?
It's called Meld. It's a new streaming software to replace OBS, or this better than OBS.
It's supposed to make it easier for live streamers and stuff.
His picture looks, Joe. Your picture looks very natural to me. You look very natural. So
to me, it looks like it needs to add a light.
I was gonna say that what
right
you're
there.
calling natural, I'm calling early '90s TV.
Okay. All right. And now got better. And when he added the light, add the light again. No, the other light, not the Satan light. The regular light that you had.
I don't know what it was. I'm just clicking stuff, man.
You don't have your buttons labeled yet?
No.
They're labeled, but I didn't label them. I don't know what I clicked on. Oh, jeez.
Sorry, I'm still stuck on this 1970s Dungarees. I didn't miss anything.
No.
All right, that's enough for me.
Shane's
went down that rabbit hole.
Uh-oh.
We
Carlos is starting trash.
Oh, Chris, hams on acid? No,
I'm talking Carlos. Gen X rules there. I said what I said. All right, Carlos, I'm going to throw it out to you. What is the age for Gen X? Because there seems to be a debate on it.
I'm Gen X.
Wait. You said you were born in 78. You think that's Gen X? I think it's 90s.
Nope. Gen X was 65 to 80.
No, I'm baby boomer. Oh yeah, you're right. Because I'm 64, so I'm baby boomer.
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 See? Look at that.
Okay.
Speed's got it 65 to 80.
Okay.
wsjt-x.
Which is a very wide span because so much happened between 65
thank
and
you.
80. I don't know.
I agree.
I don't know
68
about
to
that.
85.
Carlos says you guys win the generation wars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What is the number one, Izzo, from your childhood? What was the number one toy? This would be great. What was the number one toy that everybody had to have when you were under 10? Like,
He can't
was
remember
that
that far
toy?
back.
Yes, I do.
Under 35. What was the
Yes, I
best
do.
toy that you wanted?
I remember.
So under 10 years old,
We're gonna go around the horn here.
under 10 would have been Lincoln Logs.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
And the more Lincoln Logs you had, it was like you were more
It was your
powerful.
status.
Your status.
Your status.
And then it went to erection sets because not every
Erector.
Erector
sets.
I was gonna let it slide, Shane. I was gonna let it
God.
slide.
I'm so sorry.
Erector.
heck
Erector
no.
sets.
Okay, hang on.
We apologize for those of you on the
Erector
podcast.
sets.
There we go.
and we just couldn't afford it, but I really wanted. But I was able to then parlay that for the Radio Shack science. What we call those, the science fair projects. Those.
Mhm.
I built my first AM radio. I was
What'd you
Radio
make it out
Shack
of?
501.
What was
I don't
the first
know.
radio that you built?
First was for that. I was DJ rocking Don Izzo.
What was the first radio that you built? Did you build a radio?
No.
I built a
No.
crystal radio out of an oatmeal tube with a
Oh, no
coil
kidding.
wound around it. Yeah.
Oh wait.
So that you
I
could-
did build something.
And so
Hang
that
on.
you could listen. You could listen to radio that way.
My
I
grandfather.
had like 150-foot long wire off the end of it.
No, my grandfather gave me something to build that was Morse code, but it was more it was more for practice. You would not get. It was not FCC licensed to get on the air.
No, this
But
one wasn't either. It was
Okay.
oatmeal.
Well, but the AM radio station was so cool because you could pick up other radio stations.
Mm-hmm.
So I
And
used
at
to
night it was different too.
eggs, right? And that's where you learned
Yep.
about propagation. And so I learned. So I cut up. I got in trouble for this one. I found an old lamp downstairs in the basement, thinking that my mother was never going to use it because she wasn't using it. So I cut the cord, and I tied all the wires together. And I found out the longer the wire, the better reception. And when I moved it around because of the noise around the house, and then I took an extension cord and I cut that up. I got in trouble for the lamp. She didn't know about the extension cord, but I would play pretending I was a DJ, and I'd have the newspaper there in front of me, and I would read, quick, the quick stuff in between the music and stuff, and then I had a small turntable, and I played 45s, and I was rocking Don Izzo. Oh yeah, I was rocking Don Izzo.
All right,
And look-
Steve. Same question over to you. Number one toy of your childhood.
The number one toy. It was either the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles van or the G.I. Joe aircraft carrier.
You guys didn't have the GI Joe emergency operator, or not the. I called it the EOC. It was it was his command center.
The command center. Yeah.
Oh my!
And
I
look
found
where
that.
you are now.
I found that
Yeah,
at a
exactly.
tag sale. I found it at a tag sale. Somebody they would not let me have it. I finally said, I don't care. I'm buying it. I don't care. I was like 25 years old. I found it. I said, heck yeah, that thing was cool.
I was gonna say, one of my neighbors had the Atari.
All the Ataris.
Mm-hmm.
I still have mine.
But that was later on.
Oh. Speaking of, hold on.
What?
Uh-oh.
What do you got?
I'm gonna let y'all talk while I get my prop ready for my favorite thing for my childhood.
Oh Lord.
Oh,
You know,
has it. He has it on a shelf.
I still have it.
I was going to say, yeah, he still has it. Or he bought another one.
I don't know what I can't think of what my favorite would have been, but I do. When y'all started talking about the aircraft carrier and all this stuff, I had one of those big like C-130, had the propellers and stuff on it, not the jet engine. You know, back in the day.
The Little Tykes one, though, right?
I don't know, it was all plastic.
Yeah.
And it was huge though. So like, I'd get excited when it was really windy, like it was today for most of us. Go outside and chunk that thing, it would actually fly for a little bit, man.
About 30 feet.
Yeah. Had to be windy, though.
See, Legos were also cool, too, because the more Legos you had, the more you can do with them. The more your imagination.
But you never looked at the instructions for the Legos.
No,
Legos
of course not.
They took too much time for me, man.
So, Joe Brett, what was yours? What was your favorite childhood toy?
I already talked about it.
What was it? I missed it.
You told us to keep talking.
The C-130.
So is it my turn?
Yep.
Oh, thanks, Shane.
Is it my turn?
It better not be electronic. I don't count.
Uh-huh.
If you want to do that,
The original NES.
the Nintendo.
Oh, my God. Look at that.
Oh, now that game's never going to play again because you took it out.
You took it out.
Super Mario 3, yep.
Nice.
I could have told you that's what it was before you took it out. But
Now, see, but see
God
that
awful
thing,
yellow.
Wait, hold on.
And do you guys remember doing
Gotta make
that
sure you
as
pull
well?
it.
And wasn't there something with the butter knife? I forgot what the butter knife was for.
This still works. This still
That was
works.
to
by
get
the
it
way.
out when
And
to
I
get it
still
out?
play it.
I was going to say, but you got to take another cartridge and stick it on top to hold it down just right.
So when lightning hit the house and blew up my Nintendo, I upgraded to the Sega. And then I got
Okay.
the Sega CD, man. I thought I was something else,
Hot
dude.
stuff, yep.
Man, and you know, looking back, that was crap, dude. That was such a ripoff because half of the Sega CD games was just like a DVD. You were watching it, and you just got to make choices every now and then. But and then, so Lightning didn't get the Nintendo. I sold the Nintendo to get the Sega. Lightning got the Sega, and then I got the PlayStation. And I still remember Mom coming in one day and asking me what race I was watching on TV, and I just busted out laughing because she thought, was it Ridge Racer? She thought Ridge Racer was that actual live.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, and I'm like, how can you think that's real? And now my kids will be playing video games, and I'm like, is that real?
Guys
There
are
you
trying to
go.
talk about Genesis.
The
Was
N64,
Genesis?
Yep.
Help me out, because I really didn't. I only
It
had one
still
Atari.
works.
Which one is that now?
The Nintendo 64.
Do you have the expansion pack in it? So you can play
Yes.
GoldenEye?
Oh,
Oh, it's not in it right now, but it would have went right back there.
No, it goes in the front. Up top.
So Shane,
It's got that little pop off. Yep, it's in there.
Yep.
I don't know about that thing, but I know the Nintendo and Sega and some of these other places. Do you have the Game Shark?
Yes.
he'll be right back.
Having to think where it's
Okay,
at.
help me
Yeah.
out with this. Nintendo was Nintendo for their games only, right? Sega, you
Right.
couldn't interchange, sort of like you couldn't put a Chevy part on a Ford or vice versa, correct?
Correct.
And that's why, was it GameStop and a few other of these mall stores popped up? Because in the mall,
Well, it started out as EB Games, or EB, Electronics Boutique.
yep.
Then it became EB Games. And I want to say there was something else that they changed the name to, and then it became GameStop.
Because GameStop would have one wall or
They still do.
sections. They still do for the particular.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Yeah, Funko Land too, Don saying. Yep, I remember that name too.
So I'm addressed Carlos here. He says, "Game Shark, you cheater!"
Cheater.
Exclamation marks. R is in programming world. Bang, 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 bang.
Okay.
And
Carlos, what's the code for Contra?
right, you know he knows that. Look,
If you want to claim Gen X, you better know it.
as I mentioned with
Sorry.
logos taking too much time. Is like
It's not. I don't have it up here.
ADHD, man. I got to get straight to the point, right? I'm not trying to work through all these games and build
There's
stuff. I'm
Vaughn.
trying to get straight to the To the fun.
Up, down, up, down.
Down, left, right, B, A, start.
BABA select start.
Yep.
All right. This one.
And that
this
still
one, some of
works
you-
on certain games to
This
this
is
day.
So this is the game for it.
For
Yeah,
which
a
one?
little mini CD.
For what?
For
That's
this
GameCube.
for this other awesome
GameCube.
The
Yep.
cube.
Nintendo gaming system.
That
So,
that sounds. Now, when did that? That looks familiar. I'm drawing a
GameCube.
blank. Yeah, but give me an error. When did that come out?
2000.
Okay,
2000.
I was thinking 92, 95. Okay.
All of these are still in working order, and I do have a retro gaming night sometimes.
Nice.
Now, how do you interface to work them?
So when I
still
fly
have
into
one of
Love
the
Field,
old-
RCA phono plug jacks, or
Yeah, I have
You have
one TV that still supports it.
because our first one we had to have. So this is before the days of cable. We had that switch that would go from channel
Yeah,
2
Yep.
to video.
Three-
Remember that?
3
thing?
or 4.
Three or
Channel
four.
channel
That's
4.
it. That's it, Steve. Yep.
Yep.
Remember that? Oh,
So
yeah.
Don N5 SKT, I was an adult when those come out. He says, Don was an adult when he was birthed. All right, Don's just an adult guy.
Don came out mature.
Whatever you do not look up the history of Nintendo.
Why is it?
Okay.
Is it a bad thing, or we'll go down to a dark road?
It's a very dark
It's like
rabbit hole.
It's like looking at the 70s dungarees.
Yeah. Oh well.
Sort of like with that.
So I do
I
have
know
an
where
Atari,
Steve is
but it's at
going.
my mom's house. I don't have it here. Otherwise, I'd bring my Atari
If you
out.
look up Nintendo and the history of Pokemon, it talks about love hotels.
I hear the Ron Jeremy music playing right
Yes.
now, so we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Hold on.
There's a comedian that did a whole bit on what Nintendo actually started as.
And that was from overseas. Was that in somewhere over in Asia?
Japan.
Japan.
Yeah.
When I get my office finished, I will show you. But we do have some of these as well.
What the heck is that?
For those of you who might be a Pokemon fan.
Okay. Your green screen's not playing nice with it.
It's
Oh, wow.
Gyarados.
And Jason, I see your Sears branded Atari, and I raise you a Sears branded 12 gauge.
You couldn't get a 12 gauge in Sears, could you?
Sears Roebuck
Yeah.
12 gauge.
Yeah.
Yep. It's in Dad's safe right now, so next time I get up, I'll
Nice.
get a picture of it.
Don't even have a
Share it.
serial number, does it?
Yes, it does.
Oh, does it?
Absolutely, it does.
No, I say at one time they didn't have them.
Interesting.
Yep. Carlos is right. You could mail order 12 gauges
Wow.
Ain't that
back
something?
in the day before the ATF.
There was a. It wasn't a nickel and dime. Gibson's. We used to go to Gibson's to get. That's where I bought my 410 from.
Okay.
Gibson's department store. Some of you in the chat might know it.
All right. I've got to do something we might regret here, boys.
All right, 73 LV9.
That didn't come out of my mouth, and let's just for the record.
Yeah.
Your Honor.
Somebody just got the keys to the clubhouse, so fair warning.
Uh-oh.
I'm not
You
telling
tell
you.
how he's
Let me guess.
changing into seat. I know who it is already.
Is
See
it
him perking up.
Carlos? Is it Carlos?
Of course it is.
Okay.
Who else?
Well, he could take my spot because I got to run.
Uh-huh. There he
Keep
is.
out.
If it's not the DEI hire himself,
Listen,
the
ladies.
DEI ham.
Listen, ladies. I have
Listen,
news
Linda.
for you. First of all, get with the time. Retro pie.
Yes.
Okay.
I've got something similar in the other room.
Okay.
I'm thinking Friday night whiskey and retro pie. Is that what I'm hearing?
I can bring mine.
I've got mine right here in the closet. I'll set it up.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. You have all the rums? Because I have all the rums.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. Second of all,
Nerds.
Retro Bros for the win.
There's a fella by an odd name, and maybe you guys might know of him, okay, or who he was. His name is Lee Harvey Oswald.
Oh,
Oh Lord.
he went where I thought he wasn't going to. Okay.
Okay, see, and he ordered the Carcano that he used to, do the deed
Allegedly.
over the mail, right? Look, whether you believe he did it or not, it doesn't matter. He still bought a Carcano rifle over the mail. That is a long, high-powered rifle over the mail in the 60s. So, so back before we became ninny nannies, we're, oh my God, I can't have that. You could buy guns over the mail, man. You could buy just about anything over the
You
mail.
could walk into Ace Hardware and buy one and walk out. No background check, no nothing.
I mean, first rifle I bought was a Big R, I think. You guys have Big R down there? It's like Farm and Fleet or Farm Supply or whatever the heck you might call it. Dude, I walked in. I said, I want that rifle. They said, let me see your ID. The guy looked at my ID and went, you're old enough? And that was it. That was it.
Boomer.
No. Pal. Get that stuff straight, pal. Let's just fix that right now.
The original FAFO, I know.
let's fix that shit right now.
Well, we used to have a package store that had the line at the counter that says, if you're not higher than this line, you don't even ask to buy it or bring it up to the register, because I'm going to have to bring it back and throw you out of the store. It was just one of those,
Dude, I was buying cigarettes when I was like 4 years old. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
You're so
my
lucky.
grandmother.
Where were you at?
My great grandmother.
You're so lucky.
Puerto Rico.
In Puerto Rico, my great grandmother would give me a 25-cent piece, which some of you might call a quarter. We called it a peseta. And she would say, go to the corner store, give me a pack of cigarettes, and get yourself a candy. And I'd come back with 3 cents change, and I better have those 3 cents for her.
Shane, let me say, when Carlos was born, you know how some kids, babies, infants have hair on top of their head? He had the beard already growing when he was born.
I was born with this, man.
He was born with that.
I wasn't born. This is not Maybelline. I was born with it. Shane, seriously, get yourself a RetroPie. You will enjoy it.
I think I have something close to it. I'm Googling it right now, and I'm scared.
Lon's right. Lon's right.
The drinking age was 5'2". Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The midgets were screwed.
Cigarettes came from a machine with a change in the pack.
You don't see cigarette machines around anymore, and when you see the old movies, it's very it's cool to see that kind of stuff.
Dude,
I almost wanted to take a picture. I was in Denny's last week.
First of all, you should have taken a picture of the fact that you were in Denny's. I didn't know they were still alive.
Well, no, it still had the smoking room.
No,
still had the smoking section, the
designated area. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Now they did have no smoking signs up, but you could tell that's what that room was.
Wow.
Yeah.
What? That's impressive. The fact that that there's Denny's still open.
There's not here in Charleston, so sorry.
Are we gonna go to Waffle House?
We can hit Waffle House. We'll drop Dana at work and we'll go hit Waffle House and then go to the park. That's fine.
Perfect.
This is Waffle House for people who can't fight. Yep.
For those of you that not grasping this, Steve and I are going to do POTA on Saturday. Okay, so just be on the lookout for our call signs on Saturday. We're doing POTA together.
Yeah, I kind of announced that on the net tonight. So.
Talking about POTA, let's go into some breaking segments here.
Uh-oh.
got a message a while ago that our friends from Huntsville that we made, some of us made, the Ham Radio Duo. It looks like they've got a new app/website/service that they're announcing on a video tomorrow.
Very nice.
Drop the link.
Teaser is that it's a tool to make it way easier to find people on CW Contacts or for CW Contacts. You'll have to look for their video tomorrow. I don't have any links.
Cool.
You don't have a link to their channel
Well,
or anything?
Well,
Brett, you missed an opportunity. Isn't it you that has the soundboard, or is it Shane that has the soundboard?
we both do.
See, you're supposed to go there.
I don't have that.
Breaking news, folks! Breaking news. Ham Radio Duo.
I have to update mine. I haven't added anything to it in a while.
You got to get the one from Good Morning Vietnam, where he's going.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Where was that?
Eric
There's
says,
link in the chat.
Do you remember when eggs were $2 for 12? Buddy, I remember when eggs were less than a quarter a dozen.
I remember the $2, and you can buy them on the farm stand. Throw them inside a coffee can. It was on the honor system, along with tomatoes if you wanted, cucumber, anything from the farm. There would be at the stand on the side of the road. Everything was on the side.
We still have those here in Indiana. I don't know about where you are, but
they're kind of around. They popped up more. They went away, and I think COVID. Believe it or not, I think COVID really.
COVID brought a lot of them back.
Yeah.
I drive on Indiana 9 a lot, and Indiana 9, you can just pull over the side every mile or two and get eggs or get produce during the summer, and it's pretty neat because if your garden is not doing good, which our garden at times hasn't, but most of the time, I got to tell you, my wife's got a hell of a green thumb. She kills the garden, man. Like you want
in a good way.
You want tomatoes, we got them. You want cucumbers, we got them. You want herbs, we got them. She like kills that stuff. But every once in a while, the weather doesn't cooperate, and you end up with a garden that's not quite great. And you're like, man, I wish I had some tomatoes from some fresh tomatoes for some BLT. So you just you go down Indiana 9 and pick yourself whatever farm you want, get some tomatoes, and come back home, grill some bacon. BLTs. Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Cooley says he lives off Indiana 9. Well, Cooley, Indiana 9 goes from about Shelbyville all the way to the north end of the state. So we have a long stretch we could be at. Uh-oh, Shane dropped off for real.
Oh, for real?
He didn't want to be in a show with me. That's all it is.
I think he was having mic issues.
Well, look on his face. I think he found out he didn't have a real retro
He
file.
lost all audio.
This
He's
BRB, there he is.
See that look? He realizes his retro file is not a retro file.
Does he need a hug?
Come here, Shane. Come here, buddy.
I'm gonna hit the outro music.
Before you do, Shane, here is the antenna that Don made contact with me on.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, that's awesome.
That thing's massive.
Yeah.
That's cool.
They're big.
Is that a Delta Loop?
Yep.
It is a Delta Loop.
Nice.
Look at that, though. Nice.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Yes, I can.
When you run 600 watts through it, you definitely can hear him.
And why you got it set so far away?
Right.
I tried working you, Steve, but I could not hear you at all. Every time your ham alert would come up, I'm running to the shack and nothing.
No.
Oh, Carlos, I was the same way. Like, I come out here, I turn the radio on, I can hear him great. 5'9". By the time I got to boot the computer up so my mic works, and he's gone. And I text him. I'm like, did you just freaking quit calling CQ? I just got my mic on.
No.
He's like, no, I'm still here. So I'm barely hearing voices in the noise. And I waited out a few more minutes. He's back to 5'9", 10 meters, the way it goes up and down.
That was all over the place.
Got the contact.
Man, let me tell you, I tried.
I got 95 contacts up there at Bradley State Park in Oregon.
I've got a plug-in or something issue here, so I'm gonna bounce out, guys.
All
I
right.
cannot get this to stay connected.
Shane,
What?
Shane, I need to
So-
correct you before you leave. I need to correct you. As a balloon pilot, you should never, ever, ever say bounce out.
I mean, that's what all the cool people do.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Once.
Just on landing.
At least once.
As a
Just on landing.
skydriver, I never say I'm going to go bounce. Never.
Yeah,
No,
and, yeah.
sir.
But I'm jumping out to be a good idea.
That's just bad juju.
Right. Well, you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. 73 to everybody in the chat. Thanks for being in here. And I will catch you guys on the editing of the podcast.
Thanks, Shane.
73, y'all. Enjoy. I'll catch y'all.
Bye, brother.
I'll catch you later. Bye.
73, dude. Okay, now that he's gone, can we tell him that he's ugly?
Still here, you
He's
jerk.
still
You didn't
there.
leave that fast.
Dang it.
He also has the power to boot you out, Carlos.
In stream. Bye.
Guys.
And then there were 4.
Oh.
Goodness.
So, yeah, I came in to say my piece. I've said my piece, fellas. I will retract myself from the conversation unless you guys need to.
No, I think we're getting ready to just go around and
Gonna hit the recliner.
Yeah, I'm about done.
Hit the
It's
road.
been a long day. Yeah, long day.
I'll say this. If you're watching, if you're one of the 100 and some odd people watching, put my call on your ham alert. Put Steve's call on your ham alert. Saturday. There may be guests in there which I'm not going to reveal because I don't know what the arrangements are so far. But there's someone in the chat that may not make an appearance. Just saying.
I think they said something about going to the beach. But
What?
the beach is a POTUS. We'll get them park to park.
Well, then you better bring your dungaree shorts with the fringe then.
No, not that beach. No, not that beach.
With the fridge.
So we need to put
Just saying.
K09L and K04AFL. Yeah.
You know, I tried to add that to my POTA profile, and it said it wasn't a valid call sign.
What do they
Ah.
know? I
Because
thought you had the backdoor access to the database.
Yeah, I can't modify that side of it because I'm not a programmer.
Oh, jeez.
Talk to somebody that can.
Oh, we can fix that. We can
Make
fix
a call. Just make a call.
Julie,
I know a few people have logged me as K04AFL, so I don't get the hunter credit.
what kind of dumbassery is that? Listen, people, I'm channeling my inner Molson here. It is letters, one number, letters. Letters, one-
For DX or a special event.
Carlos,
Right.
not going to tell you who you're picking on there.
I'm just telling you. We're in
She's
the
going to be
United-
mad at you.
I don't care. It's letters, one number.
She ain't gonna be at the park. She's gonna be at the beach.
She don't love me anyways. It doesn't matter. All right, fellas. 73.
See
Good
you
to see you,
Friday.
Carlos.
Good to see
Thanks,
you guys.
Carlos.
Bye.
Well,
Yeah.
now what?
Joe, you want to
I'm
wrap it
finna
up?
go- yeah, I'm finna go to recliner. What y'all got?
I'm fixing to go to bed.
Yeah, me too. I gotta be up early. I grabbed some overtime for tomorrow morning on my day off. Go figure
Yeah.
why.
I'm trying to catch up on stuff at the office because I was out of the area all week, and of course, there's always stuff that breaks that I got to fix. So
Keep you going, man.
Can I use my time to give a shout out to somebody?
Absolutely.
KAMRD, are you there still in
Oh.
the chat? Wake up.
Oh,
uh-oh.
No. This is something positive. And calling CQ KAMRD CQ.
There he is.
CQ. Okay.
what?
Everybody, if you did not see one of Mike's latest videos, I'm not. is it the mailbag? Yeah, it's mailbag. But he talks about electronic noise from a vehicle on the HF bands. If you're running HF, just in the cold weather, you're sitting there with the vehicle running. He brought up some extra things some excellent topics that you can do. It's because it's one of two things. Your electrical noise is either coming in through the power or it's receiving from the antenna. The antenna is doing its thing, so you can't get mad at it. The power thing, it is what it is. Of course, you hook up a separate battery to determine which one it's coming in from. There's variable things that you can do. But the most obvious thing, Your Honor, I'll say it again. Pastor Joe, tell me to say it again. That's your cue, Joe. Say it. Say, Izzo, tell me again.
You said Pastor Joe, and that's a real character on 100 Watts in a Wire podcast.
Oh, okay.
So I was confused.
Okay, Reverend Joe Brett. Mike pointed out the obvious, the noise blanker. And I think every radio I've had has had a noise blanker. Sometimes I just don't think of using it. So back in the day, it was either just an on off. Now they have variable levels, this and that. I want to thank Mike, guys. Watch his video, and sometimes the obvious solution could be right under your nose. Know your radios, and thanks to Mike K8MRD, and continue to watch and support what this guy is doing.
I discovered that by just pushing buttons one time. That did something.
Wait, now I can hear Steve. Now I can't hear Steve, right?
But let me tell you, was maybe last week's show I was pointing out this that MFJ noise canceling signal enhancer thing where I had two antennas hooked up. So it's great. Now I said I can listen on both antennas at the same time, and I'm transmitting off the loop. But so I can turn the loop, we get a lot of noise in it sometimes, and I can turn it all the way down and hear stations. So like Ray with Icon one time was talking about, bringing your gain down on your radio. To reduce the signal to noise ratio, right?
Correct.
And I never really experienced that as much as I did when I was using this box, and you can do it without the box. I'm not promoting the box really, but I never really done that. But yeah, I just took out all that noise, and I had nothing. I was stations I could hear with it turned down. That when I cranked it back up for full gain, they were gone in the noise. So.
Right. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to get into the my comments. My positive support to Mike is not to be turned into a whole debate of the right and the left of, well, it's a Band-Aid, this and that. Yeah, it could be a Band-Aid, but if the Band-Aid works, that's great. There's some things to your vehicle that you potentially can change, and there's some things you can't. Okay, some guys may have access to wonderful strapping and know what to do. Some guys can't. You could change all the spark plugs in the world and a fuel pump and this and that, and you're still going to have a problem, guys. All I'm saying is try the obvious first, and if it works for you, that's great. That's one of the things of the noise blanker, the attenuation button, the gain button. There are things on this radio that sometimes we don't want to play with because we're afraid of what? I don't know. So, again, 1,000 things to Mike. We'll see everybody next week. Oh, next week we got a guest. We have Toby. We have Toby from New Jersey. For those of you who work POTA and all the QSO parties and all the other events, I'm sure you all have worked with. She's a great lady. She sounds like a real nice lady, and we're going to be gentlemen here, and we're going to welcome her. So there'll be no discussions of dungaree jeans, shorts, and all that stuff.
Good.
That's all I got.
All right. Yep. Like I've already said, POTA this weekend with the one and only Carlos. He'll be down here in the Charleston area. So we'll definitely have fun. Put us in your ham alert. And I don't know that I have anything else coming other than I need to get some videos done. But if I got to get out of work to get them edited because I can't edit at work.
Toby says she wants us to be ourselves.
We can do that.
Yeah, we can do
We'll
that,
keep it
though.
YouTube clean, not Discord clean.
Exactly.
Well, I've only got one other thing before we end the stream. I'd like to give a shout out to Teresa and all the moms that may be listening. Just want to let you know this is K5YVY, and I am from Mississippi, the South.
There you
Good night.
God,
right.
Had to put
You
all the
just
mamas to bed.
You just made my girl wink at me. I don't know what that meant for you.
All right, everybody wave. I'll play the outro.
Stand 3 off.
Bye.
Izzo, put the dungarees away.
In all honesty, 10 toes are really still important too.